Okay, picture this, the science of psychology. This thing that's all in our heads, literally, got off the ground thanks to some wild labs scattered across America. Curious how poking at brains in dusty rooms became, well, modern psych. Buckle up, let's get into it. Back in the late 1800s, William James and G. Stanley Hall basically looked around and said, what if philosophy had test tubes? James, always the nerdy rebel, geeked out over this idea that you could actually measure stuff like sensation and memory instead of just sitting around talking about it. It sounds obvious now, but then revolutionary. So 1883 hits and Hall is like, screw it, we need a real lab. And boom, first psychology lab in America at Johns Hopkins. Arguments still rage about who was first, but honestly, that's not the point. The big deal was, all of a sudden, psych wasn't just coffee shop chatter, it was science with a capital S. Here's where it snowballs. By 1893, we're up to 20 psych labs in the US. Yep, we outpaced Europe. Then 1904 rolls around, and what do you know? There are 49 of these places tucked into colleges everywhere. Psychology was officially more than a weird hobby for brainy loners. Labs weren't just for mad scientist vibes, they basically created the next gen of psych nerds. Students learned how to fiddle with crazy equipment and wrap their heads around stuff like memory, attention, psychophysics, whatever that is. Honestly, it set the stage for pretty much every wacky psych study you've heard about since. And these guys love to talk. They fired up journals, the biggest being Hall's own American Journal of Psychology in 1887, finally somewhere to flex research and argue about who was wrong. 1892 pops up. Boom, APA gets founded. Suddenly you've got a squad ready to trade theories and hopefully not fall asleep. Between then and 1904, over 100 psychology PhDs popped out. That's turbo speed for any field. But the real deal? Early psychologists didn't just stay in their labs poking at people. They went out, started messing with the whole messy business of human feelings, dreams, weird stuff. That's what really cracked open modern psychology. They went off-road, and thank God for that. Honestly, these early labs changed everything. Psych went from armchair guesses to actual science, opening the door for future generations to keep poking, literally and figuratively, at the brain. Next time you hear someone talk about the mind, tip your hat to those lab rat heroes who started all this. Hit like, slap subscribe, drop your wildest theory in the comments. Let's get weird about psychology. Until then, stay curious and messy, folks.